You can't handle the truth.
Hello everybody, my name is Ifeanyi Ubah and this is 360 Degree Mastery. This is the channel where we teach you personal effectiveness, self-mastery, and how to create, grow, and manage your wealth. I get asked a question a lot of times when I talk about the 5 laws of wealth. You know the 5 laws of wealth: the law of purpose, the law of hard work, the law of discipline, the law of investment, and then the law of deployment. Those are the 5 laws of wealth. Those laws, you must obey those laws if you're going to create wealth for yourself. It doesn't matter what part of the world you are in, doesn't matter what you do for a living, whether self-employed or you are an employee, you have to follow the 5 laws of wealth to create wealth for yourself. Now, when I talk about the 5 laws of wealth, I often get asked this question: how do we know when these laws are working in our lives? How do we know that we are creating wealth? And it's a very good question. I decided I'm going to tackle that question today. I'm going to talk to you about the 5 stages of wealth. I've talked to you a lot of times about the 5 laws of wealth. Today I want to talk to you about the 5 stages of wealth. Now, the first of those 5 stages is the survival stage. Survival stage is that stage you are in where you are living hand to mouth. You have only just decided that you are going to start creating wealth for yourself, and basically everything you make, you consume. You make a little bit of money, you spend it to take care of your bills, to to feed yourself and take care of your family. That is the survival stage because you don't have anything left over. Then you move on to the second stage, which is the stability stage. Now, that stability stage means that you have gotten to a point where you are financially responsible enough that what you make in a month is enough to take care of your bills. All right, whether you are a business person who is making a certain amount of profit in a month, or you are a paid employee who is getting a fixed amount in a month, you know that that amount, give or take, barring any disasters or any serious issues, it's enough for you to take care of yourself and your family and your bills. That is the stability stage. If you can get to that stability stage, then you can move on to the next stage. But unfortunately, a lot of people get stuck in that stability stage and then they eventually regress back to the survival mode or the survival stage of wealth. If you can hold on and move on to the third stage, which is the saver stage. The saver stage. Now, you have mastered the income that you earn in a month, and maybe your income goes up a little bit, or your business expands a little, and you have a little bit of money to save at the end of the month or at the end of the week, depending on how you get paid. Now, that is a critical stage for you because you have to start saving this money. If you do not, if you do not save that money, then you're going to go back to stage 2 and eventually stage 1. But that saver stage, a lot of people get discouraged when they get there because what they are saving does not seem to be enough for them to do anything with. So they get discouraged. But if you can hold on, if you can grit your teeth and bear it, put those little bits of money away, because that's money you're going to invest later when you get enough. When you pull enough together, then you can begin to invest, and then you now move on to the 4th stage of wealth, which is the growth stage. Right now, you have pulled some funds together, you have started to invest, you started to put your money in investment vehicles, and returns are beginning to trickle in, but they are very little and they are far between. It is not enough to fund the lifestyle you want. It is not enough for you to consume, for your passion. So you continue to invest and reinvest the profit and reinvest the capital. That is the growth stage. That stage takes a lot of discipline. That is the stage where you see a lot of people at right now who are on their way to creating wealth. That is the 4th stage. That is the growth stage. If you can hold on and continue to invest and reinvest the profits from your investments, then you will eventually get to the 5th stage, which is the income stage. Now, that is the point where you have begun to create wealth, or you are creating wealth for yourself. That is the point where you can live off the income from your investments. It is no longer your primary source of income that you live on. You don't pay your bills from your salary or from the profits of your primary business. You can now live off and fund your passions from the income you get from your investments. That is where you should be working towards. That is the 5th stage. That is the income stage. That is where you can afford to travel with your family. You can pay for vacations. You can build that dream home. You can drive that fancy car that you always wanted to, because it is paid for not by your primary source of income, but by the profits from your investments. How do you see this video? If this video was helpful, please go ahead and click like. Share this video with somebody who needs it. Subscribe to my channel, the 360 Degree Mastery. My name is Ifeanyi Ubah, and I will see you next week, God willing, with more tips and more information on how you can live a better, happier, and more successful life with peace of mind. Namaste.